Hi guys, and welcome back to another Let's Build episode. So last time we were building up Carpenter's Corner as part of the district of Smithshaven. And in this episode we're actually going to be building a Warriors Guild and also a bit of a dockyard. Now if you guys are new to the channel at all, we do a lot of tutorials and time lapses just like this one, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also guys, if this is the first episode that you're seeing, I'll leave a link in the card above to both the full Let's Build Lordsport series, as well as Let's Build Pataria series. Anyway, let's get into some building. So one of the things that you guys mentioned in the comments from last time is when we were talking about the wall and how East Point had kind of expanded into Smithshaven, actually having a bit of that wall remaining. You know, here Joshua Pelgrim is actually saying about that and actually building that into something. So what I was thinking is actually, what about the old gatehouse? What about the old gatehouse of East Point? What can we actually do with that? And my thoughts were kind of all around the place really. You know, I was thinking, oh, maybe we could turn that into a big inn or something like that, but then that didn't really make sense. I mean, it's quite an expensive building to maintain, a lot of stone, and also they would have to buy that off of the entire city. So one of the things that actually Lars said really sparked my imagination with this about where soldiers get trained, and that just made me instantly think about the Fighters Guild from Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls kind of games in general. And I was thinking, okay, let's have a Warriors Guild. Let's actually have a Warriors Guild in Lordsport. So this was an old gatehouse. The main tower was then kind of bought by the Warriors Guild, and over time they've added a couple extra towers. They've kind of enclosed it, so it's got its own little portcullis. That is not the original gatehouse portcullis, because it's actually on the side of the road. I also wanted with this to go with square towers. So as well, in the medieval kind of times, square towers were a lot easier to build, but they were also susceptible to kind of get dug underneath, so you'd get sappers that come underneath a corner and be able to collapse the whole tower, and that's why they kind of switched to circular towers later down the line. So I was thinking, actually, with these older ones, let's have them as square towers. But the Warriors Guild has invested quite a lot of their money here. You know, they've got quite a big kind of guild following. They've got lots of contracts in and around this area, so I thought, let's make these towers look quite distinct, let's make them look quite cool, and they still fit in really nicely with the Lordsport style, just using a couple of different materials, especially that deep slate, which is becoming one of my favourites. So with this, it's kind of got 4 towers, and we've also got a courtyard and then a main building. So this main building is going to be the main part of the kind of like guild hall. This is where we're going to have kitchens, we're going to have the kind of meeting room type area, and underneath that we're going to have the kind of training area in the basement. And this is one that I want to really want to interior. I think it'd be really cool to do. So you can see we're just putting in the mechanism for the actual portcullises. So this is just onto the main road. They're one of the only ones that's allowed a portcullis. That's going to be part of the law. You know, they have a special permit, because if the city ever gets attacked, the Warriors Guild instantly gets drafted in really to fight for the city. So because of that, this is also a little defensive point within there, so quite cool. So what I'm doing now is just going around and adding in windows. So there's 2 towers which have got staircases in them, and those have just got arrow slits. And then we've got windows along the side of the big towers. You know, that's all been switched out from the original design. That's the idea behind it, at least. So you can see we're putting in some like buttresses, putting in some supports around it, and including on the back there, and also on the back of the main building, putting in some windows, because we need lots of natural light to come into this building. Then, because we had a little bit of time, I was thinking, actually, you know, we've got this area at the back, we've just built some carpenters. Well, carpenters need something to do. Of course, they'll be building furniture and all that kind of stuff, but also, what about ships? You know, they could be making specific bits for ships. Now, there's these 2 buildings in Novigrad from The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which I absolutely love. There's these, like, shipyards. I really wanted to get these in here somewhere. I actually did it the same when I was doing the City of Highguard. There were 2 of those buildings in there. So I took heavy inspiration from Novigrad, from The Witcher 3, and I wanted to do them at an angle, because it just fits with the hill. So you can see how I've kind of made that hill there slope in. So the idea being that they would build the ships kind of dry, you know, up high inside these buildings, so if it ever rains or anything like that, they've kind of got this area. They can also use the rafters of these buildings for cranes, so they can get that kind of heavier bits of it into position correctly for them. So then just coming around the side here, doing a bit of the smaller details as well. Trying to make it so that it's quite open to the air, so we've got this airflow in the top, and I saw that on the original design in Novigrad and I really liked it as well, so there we go, we got this in here. And just having a quick look inside, doing all of the rafters, doing all the top parts of it, having some lanterns hanging down here, and then my really bad attempt at trying to make an angled ship. I tried to do it, but luckily it's under construction, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look the best. So here we go, guys. I'm really happy with how this one all turned out. We've got the Warriors Guild, so really happy with this. I'm definitely going to be doing an interior for this one. I actually can't wait. That's going to be quite exciting to do. I think I'm probably going to record that whole thing. It's going to be good. We got that large tower. That used to be the old gatehouse. That was the main kind of tower which we had on the gatehouse. And these extra towers, extra bits have all been built out of that structure to make the Warriors Guild. And then coming around to the bay area now, we've got these 2 shipyards, so smaller shipyards with their ways to launch in there. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. As always, guys, I'll see you on the next one.